knew back when I was coming up. Didn't wanna know then. Now I bet they're loving us no more. No, R&R's the bar is raised. If you know me, no.
Just a little ways east from the nation's political arena. We're in a much different type of arena here. Northwest Stadium in Landover, Maryland. Come and gone already. And we're off here in Week 6 on EA Sports. To return this, Rashid Shaheed. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Throwing now off play action. Right off the rip, he's throwing deep. Well, they took their shot immediately. Would have been cool if they connected, but no luck. 2nd down.
Okay, that wasn't a fast enough break for the interception, but it was good enough and a good enough break to break on the ball, get a finger on it, and force the incompletion.
He makes his 3rd interception of this season. So the first drive of the game ends not in points, Brock, but in an INT.
And I get it. Opening drives aren't always going to end up with points or a touchdown. Good thing, though, there's a lot of opportunities left to make up for that miscue and go get yourself back in rhythm and back on script.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Kenneth Walker gets it for the first time. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Back to throw. Here's Daniels. He's on the move. He's keeping it. And they limit the damage just a few yards on that game. Reward that tackle to Michael Hall.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. Especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing you woke up to it. Able to make something out of nothing and at least keep them moving forward.
It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Daniels from the pistol. Hit it right through the middle of the field. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Oh, look at this. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And he drives into a pile of defenders and is stopped right at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be 2nd and goal.
Well, you call that play to surprise the defense, try to get to the goal line. But a quick adjustment by the defense kept him in position to make the stop and ruin that play.
Another snap from the 8 here. It's 2nd and goal. Man in motion here. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Into the end zone, but someone's able to knock it away. That's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. And now it'll be 3rd and goal.
You know, that is so hard to do. That's called body control. Great positioning to swat the ball away, not go through the receiver, no penalty flag. He's got the body control and, more importantly, the timing to knock that ball away.
Escapes the pocket. shy of the end zone. They mark him at the 4. On 4th down, here comes Cade York and the Commanders' field goal unit. This is just 21 yards down the pipe.
Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
Ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. It's out there that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. That's completed right side. And he made a bid for midfield there, but stopped on his own side at the 49. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. It's a good work to help reset those chains.
Here's a give up the middle. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. Halfway there on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Humble 5-6-yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front 7.
No score zone right here. No score zone.
They give it to him again. Breaks the tackle, still going. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine, and that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
18 yards out of it and a new set of downs.
That's pretty good right there now. You don't always expect a sizable gain when you run it on 1st down. You just want some yards to set up an easier 2nd down play, but they will take that execution every time.
All right, set now, 1st and 10. Back-to-back carries here. Another big rip for him. Runs it in for the Cleveland touchdown. The Browns pull ahead 6-3 in the 1st. Well, Brock, he found himself some space to work, and from there, wow, all athleticism as he made his way into the end zone.
You got that right, Kate. Just that speed. You got to have some different gear when you get down here to the red zone. It's hard to score rushing touchdowns. And that running back sees the open space. He sees the green grass, and he finishes it off with 6.
Levis ready to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Waste of time. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
2nd and 6 coming up here.
Put 6 on the board, fellas.
From the 34. Getting out to his left. He wisely It's a gain of 12 there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on it.
Walker on first down. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
All right, here we go. Second down. Play fake here. Daniels finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first. Man in motion, headed right. And it's going to be about a 3-yard pickup in the end. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down. Give him a few yards on that run. It's 2nd and 7.
That's a tough one because you could see the beginnings of what looked like an explosive play. Let's give some credit here, Kate, to the defense. A great job to bottle him up before it came to fruition.
Connects on the crosser. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. Give him 15 yards. Gets a first down.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Again, Daniels to the air. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they offer the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Out of the gun, Daniels. Looking end zone, but touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
I know a DB in the stat sheet loves to see INT and not PBU, but as soon as he realized a pick wasn't possible, he does the next best thing and knocks it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Just got it away before the hit, but it doesn't matter. It's incomplete. Fourth down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it. Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
He fields it from the 8. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Throwing off the play fake here. He lets a heater go deep. Oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Martin Emerson with the pick. And the Commanders are going to have it after his 2nd interception of the season.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
On 1st down, here's Daniels. He's brought down to about that 27-yard line. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. We've got a close one here. We're back to Northwest Stadium right after this. Time now for the second quarter. Commanders in possession. They'll try to attack this deficit starting with 1st and 10. Now an inside give to Walker. And that one very short, only getting to the 27. Manages just a yard on 1st down. Now it's going to be 2nd and 9.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get 1st downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. On the draw, it's Walker. And he's still looking for the play that sparks the ground game as that one stopped for a loss.
Well, you can scratch that one from the playbook, and you're not going to call it again if you can't impact the D-tackle. You just saw him sitting right there. He was ready for a feast, and he buried that draw before it could get started.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11. Daniels now. Place beyond the marker. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They'll go with Walker on the counter. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire 1st half. They drop him behind the line.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
The throw is caught. And they'll get this down nearly to the end zone. Instead, stuffed at the 2.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can have a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that 1st down right there.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. He keeps it himself. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Nothing on that play, and now we have 2nd and goal. Walker. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders parlay the interception into points. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. Well, we all knew what was coming when they got into that goal line formation, didn't we, Brock? And they just pound the rock in for an old-school touchdown.
I just sometimes love that stuff.
Yep.
Nothing fancy, nothing cute. Here's our formation. You know we're running right at you, and we challenge you to stop us, and you can't.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders push their lead to 6. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return coming from the 6. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And a great opportunity for this offense. He's out of bounds all the way up to the 40-yard line.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
1st down, they'll run. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Just a little short, but still a 9-yard pickup. That's going to bring up 2nd and 1. Throwing from the gun. Taking in by Tip Lyman. He's going to score. Touchdown, Cleveland. So no mistaking that play call, Brock. They send everybody on deep goes, and it winds up paying off. What a play.
And you'd think on the other side, defensively, they'd be ready for this. But this is truly a breakdown in the secondary. They're just not able to make a play on the ball in the air. And the end result, as you said, a big play and a touchdown.
Oh, boys, we got this.
Mevis ready to send this one away. Returnable from the 2. And he gets up beyond the 20, but they plant him a few inches into the ground to end that return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. To throw, Daniels. It's incomplete to Kenneth Walker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
From the 39 now after that explosive start to this drive. Here's Walker running right. He's going to go down right along the midfield stripe. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Get out of here with a win, oh!
1st down, and they go right back to it. He's off again. And he'll finally be taken down to 25. That one goes for 25 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
Kate, that's the type of run that shines the light well on him as a runner, of course. But you got to give a lot of credit to everybody else. Those skill guys, when you have an outside run, they got to do their job. Not just the big boys up front, not just the running backs. That takes everyone in the perimeter to get a big run like that.
He gets it forward for a gain of 3. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah there to bring him down.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a 1st down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Now Daniels off the play action. Vacates quickly left side. He runs out of bounds a yard or 2 behind the line. Couldn't get all the way back. That's going to count as a sack.
You know, Kate, that's one of those situations where the game just, I think, speeds up on the QB a little bit. He doesn't flip it out of bounds before he goes out. It's going to end up as a sack on the stat sheet for the defense, and they earned it with effort, chasing him all the way to the sidelines.
And the Browns add an extra defensive back out there. Nickel package, 3rd down. He's on the move. And they need to stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line. We've hit the 2-minute warning now from the nation's capital. The Commanders driving. To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. We'll give up the gut to Walker. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders get some late points and the lead. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put enough 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game. Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Down and have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And that means third down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along your routes. And your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
They're going to throw it on third and long. He has the first over the middle. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. Browns fighting the clock now, trying to hurry back to that line. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's going to get stopped right around the 45-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout, so that's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. Ball on the 45, first and 10. They look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll go out of bounds close to the 35-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. Third and short in your back pocket and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Here's second and 2. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. Now a timeout's called. Cleveland using its second. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
So for those of you keeping track, we get a solid completion for decent yardage on first. Then we go backwards on second. Kate, I guess we got the quality rubber match right here on third down.
Throws on third and long. He brings this one in, but does so out of bounds. That throw just took him too close to the boundary. We've got fourth down.
So many coaches love third downs and practice them so much, Kate. Why? Because they're the money down in the NFL. Whether it's a close game or already out of hand, coaches know got to execute and convert on these third downs.
Online, but not enough juice. It's no good short. And they fail to cut the lead in half. It stays at 6.
You know, we get on that field in pregame, and these kickers make it look so easy. But in real action, it's a totally different animal. That was definitely online. Just didn't quite get all of it. It's going to wind up just a few feet short.
Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. First and 10. Throwing now, Daniels. This ball's cut by Pickens. And he's brought down after pushing to that 35-yard line. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend? Do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
They're set up at the 35 now. Walker now from the gun. Takes out a 1-stop. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. Washington calls it second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
They'll come up first and 10. Working inside the red zone. Catch is made in close. Touchdown, Washington. To block this offense, looking sharp here in the first half as they extend their lead.
You know, and when things are going well, sometimes you really just get into a groove. And this is a unit that's putting the pieces together.
York now for the extra point. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Commanders bump the lead up to 13 points. The Commanders kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Kickoff taken at the 3. Big shot at the end of that return as he gets it just past the 20. First and 10, but only time left for maybe a couple of plays here. All right, keeping it simple. They're just going to call a give right up the middle. And he's tackled after gaining a handful. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring up 2nd and 5. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Well, that first half, certainly an interesting one. Kate Scott, Brock Eward with you as we get back and see what the second half has in store for us. Levis ready to send this one away. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. And up to Walker from the gun. Gets it ahead, has about 5 yards. Myles Garrett coming in for the stop. First down play, nets him 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
Fans love the long ball in baseball. It's like the home run derby, but you know what? Talk to managers, and they will tell you small ball can win too. Singles and doubles, you add them up, you can win a lot of baseball games. Football coaches will tell you, you get runs of that length, it may not be a home run, it may not score points, but it can do some serious damage.
It's taken in by Sinnott. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. That play good for 17 and a first down.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted them. Then go to work after.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Now Daniels to throw. Completed here to Pickens. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Let's get you!
Get to the end zone.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. It's Walker on the option. And he's dropped just short of Walker, maybe a yard away.
An offensive group really hoped he was going to get it all right there, reset it back to first down. But instead, defense, they're not going to let anything come easy. And their fight is giving them a chance to stall things out. 3rd and short.
Here we go, 3rd and less than a yard. Running with Walker again. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead, get what you need.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Going to the ground again on first. Room to run inside the 20. That'll go for an 18-yard gain. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You see runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
Here's Jerome Ford for the first down of this game. And he gets absolutely pumped to end that one. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9.
Okay, Hey, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Running is Walker, and he's brought down for a loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Let's go. Put 6 on the board, fellas. Put 6 on the board, fellas.
Daniels escapes the pocket. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
You know, that's a really good play. I know it doesn't get the first down, doesn't keep them on the field, but what it does is it keeps that defense honest. And I promise you, the next time in that situation, they'll have that run in the back of their minds.
Grupe sends it through. And that'll give them a 16-point advantage.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
That's going to be taken in at the 8. This return makes it up to the 25. They're out and set, 1st and 10. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, if you keep it a closer eye on plays like that one.
Jerry Jeudy with the grab. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
I'm sure, Coach, the play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Back to pass on 1st and 10. And there to haul it in. And into enemy territory. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield. Good play. Into a great play.
And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And that gives the Browns a 1st.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
Finds his target, Ryman. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Give him 13 on that play. And that's good for a Cleveland 1st down. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he has enough room to gain about 4.
You know, these are the kind of runs, Kate, that a balanced game plan and a balanced offense is built on. It gets you good yardage, it sets up the play action, and it keeps that defense honest.
Second and 6 coming up here. Pass play now. And he's got it. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns start the second half with some needed points. going for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Bronk. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
The Browns keeping the offense out on the football field. They want two here. He's throwing for it. Oh, what an effort to bring in that short throw. Well, I hear you say it all the time, partner. It comes back to that word trust, and they trusted in their offense to go get those 2 points, make this a one-score game. They do their job. Now one big play can change the entire outlook of this game for them.
Yeah, now it becomes about complementary football. As you said, the offense did their job. Now defense, can you not just get a stop? Can you get a turnover? Maybe take it to the house yourself. Either way, that conversion puts them one snap away from a totally different ball game.
And this drive will start inside the 25. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Daniels. Free inside the 30. George Pickens. And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders lead by 14. George Pickens the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just gotta ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yeah.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He fields it from the 8. He's brought down at what looks like the 24-yard line. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Now they'll throw it to go. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kay, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position by hitting on that shot. You've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Throwing now on 1st down. Oh, no, they get him yet again. Picked by Derek Forrest. And the Commanders get the football as he makes his 3rd interception of this season.
You know what this is, Kate? This is the practice field coming to life. Really on both sides of the ball. Right, you watch defensive coaches preach all the time, and they work on these returns to get to the near sideline, everybody to get a block. And then for those offensive players to show the effort to go chase that down so it's not a pick six, yeah, it stinks for the offense. But that was practice field coming to life for everybody to see.
It is charged towards the line. It's right around 3 yards.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
So we're through 3 here. This one not out of reach quite yet, but it is a 2-score game to begin the 4th.
Let's exploit them here on this drive.
Let's go!
Don't make no mistakes out there, offense. Go offense! He wants some offense. Let's go!
Let's get out of here with...
2nd down now, 7 to go. From the 39. Throw complete to Sinnott. 22 on that one. And the Commanders will have a first. On the carry, it's Walker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Now, don't think for a second they're going to slow down the tempo. Defense on their heels. And right now is the best chance to go push that envelope and get aggressive.
Keep going.
First and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Staying with Walker. It's a Washington touchdown. The Commanders making a 3-score game in the fourth. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His third of the game on the ground. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. In baseball, it's 3 strikes and you're out. I know you experienced that a lot, but on the gridiron, you're feeling pretty happy, right? If you can strike the end zone 3 times in one game.
Yeah, I'd rather go hockey and soccer. That's just the positive guy in me. They call that a hat trick. It's worth celebrating. And yeah, they should celebrate this effort.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. He's going to field this at the 2. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Looking to throw here and shake off a previous INT. He puts some power on it. He's got it deep downfield. Touchdown, Cleveland. The Browns get it back to within 2 possessions. So sensational work by the skill man there, Brock. Anytime you can make your quarterback look that good, you know he appreciates it.
That's a quarterback's best friend, no question. But on the other side, gosh, defensively, you got to get that skill player down. Period. End of story. You can't give up that much yards after catch.
Shotgun snap, looking to throw. And they pick him up again! Quan Martin with the pick. Mevis ready to send this one away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30.
In it to win it.
Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
That 1st down, fellas.
They kick the running back in motion. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth, yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
And they bring him down after a pretty short game. It's only a gain of 1. Back-to-back misfires on the ground, and they're facing 3rd and long.
Keep him guessing, offense! Defense, one sleep! Run this drive!
Out of the gun, Daniels. On the move, hit it right. Complete beyond the mark. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. This one goes for an even 25 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st. New set of downs for him from the 46.
Take
snap, a gift to Ford. And they'll hold him up after a short carry to the 44. Only 2 yards, and it brings up 2nd and 8.
I think we got to be careful, and I'll raise my hand of thinking that play was just a nothing burger. Because what can happen from that, Kate, is he put some nice toppings on it. A play-action pass, a shot that comes down the road from what looked like a very plain play.
From the 44 here on 2nd down. He's on the move. And what a hit there. Ouch, she faced the press for moving the chains that time.
As long as these are the results he's getting, they're going to be just fine with him calling his own number. He does such a good job of seeing the field and knowing when it's his time to take it himself.
Ball at the 33 for 1st down. From the gun, it's Ford. And he only manages one. Couple of defenders there to bring him down.
Okay, this is why you got to be careful to just run it always on 1st down. You got to break your tendencies. The casual fan, well, that casual fan knew what was coming, but more importantly, this defensive front did too.
Keep it rolling.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Come on, boys. Let's start moving.
Got Sinnott, it's complete. He's going to be out of bounds. Looks like a yard or 2 short of the 25.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight end short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Here we go.
On 3rd down, Walker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
These aren't the plays that will lead highlight reels, but they're the ones that win you ball games. What a nice gain by the back. And now his offense can go in any number of directions on 1st and 10.
Offense set for a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
From the red zone now. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. That's a gain of 13, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get those kids working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. Now an inside give to Walker. He won't challenge for the goal line. Stop made at the 4. The defense calls a timeout. So that's their 1st. They still have 2 to work with in this final quarter.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Trying again, Walker. And he gets in, touchdown. The Commanders have likely locked up the win right there. Kenneth Walker, the touchdown. His 4th total score of the game. Far from the first time we've broken down one of his touchdowns in this game, partner, but man, they seem to get more impressive every time.
And I don't care, Kate, if they're all 1-yard plungers or if you're over 300 yards. A 4-touchdown game will forever live among your greatest career highlights. You can go several games without even scoring 1. So to get 4 in one contest, you'll never, ever forget it.
The Commanders' kickoff unit out and ready as they send this away. Return starts at the 3. Finds some space. He's past the 30. And it's a nice return here. They'll tackle him shy of the 35. Ball at the 33 for 1st down. first and 10. First play of the drive. Here's Walker. And he drives that front backward on a gain of 4.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 plus 4 plus 4 equals a first down.
Yeah,
We've hit the 2-minute warning here in D.C. Commanders on their way to their 3rd win of the year.
so much better than the Commanders. Yeah, Washington!
Second and 6 coming up here. Scrimmage. Looks like no gain on second down, and that leads us to 3rd and 6.
As that linebacker makes that tackle right in the middle of the field, all I'm thinking about right now, Kate, training camp. Because that's the middle drill right there. That is textbook. What you do in training camp, coming to life when it matters.
Do better than this.
Third and 6 for them to figure out now. And in a rarity today, he's stopped at the line of scrimmage. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. Punt team is on now, and they get this away. Fair catch called for and made. They could not ask for better field position after that punt. Ball at the 33 for first down. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
2nd and 10 now. Can't connect over the middle. It's incomplete.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along the route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
To the air, 3rd ball. No, they get him yet again. Javon Holland comes up with it. And the Commanders take possession as he makes his 4th interception of our season.
I don't know how many you could have next to you, Kate, that have been in this spot before, okay? I have thrown 5 interceptions in the game, and it happened to be our rivalry game back in college. It was one of the most humbling, horrific experiences of my life. Please, Coach, take this player out. We do not need to see another interception added to his ledger.
Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. Your favorite formation, right, Brock? The victory formation here as he takes a knee.
You got to expect the timeout is coming any moment now, right? If you want another shot with the ball, you'll need every second you can conserve on that clock.
Yeah, keep it up! Keep it up!
Lining up to take a knee on second down. They're just going to let the clock run out and take this delay. Must have lost sight of the play clock there, Brock, because the quarterback could have snapped it in time, but instead, they take the penalty. Lining up to take a knee on second down. With the win in hand, they'll take the knee and let this clock run out.
They could stop the clock now if they choose. In the final moments of the game, every second counts. If you're going to call a timeout, you want to be right next to that official to signal it in just as that knee goes down.
To score this as a win for the Commanders. And it was a game for fans of high-scoring football, wasn't it? And Brock was enjoying seeing both of these offenses work, and really not a lot to dislike from either group. Just one side working at a slightly better clip than the other. That was the difference in the win. This has been another edition of the NFL on EA Sports. With all our crew here and my broadcast partner, Brock Heward, I'm Kate Scott. It's a win for the Commanders. As with that, we sign off from D.C.